Temple of Light is certainly gaudier than I remember it.
Aye. I thought it might be why Freyr chose this realm. A change of pace from home.
The elves have abandoned the Temple of Light at long last.
Ragnarok took a brutal toll on them.
They have retreated to mourn the dead. Take stock of their people.
How long will the peace last? Before another incursion into the temple occurs.
I do not know. But in Asgard, light and dark elf fought as one. I do not think they will forget that. Be careful.
I know. I wouldn't try to touch it. Not in a million winters. I'm no fool.
Good.
Kratos, I see something.
Brother! The wee bastard's about to explode! Ever written poetry of your own, brother?
No.
Well, ask a stupid question. Freya, you once revived a giant's corpse to stop a certain fight we won't talk about. Could you call on that power again?
Maybe. Do you have a massive giant's corpse for me to revive?
No?
Well, there you go. Never thought I'd want to go back to Midgard.
We've work to do. Midgard's frozen lake still teems with raider camps.
Not for much longer.
We go. Maria, what exactly did you promise the large bird in Helheim?
Oh, nothing too horrifying. It's just that she'd like to retire.
Retire? Hell's Eagle wants to retire?
Indeed. And don't ask me what she expects to do with her free time. I assure you there is no reassuring answer.
Can she even do that? Not be held?
Apparently so. She just requires relief. Someone else to step in and become hell, as it were.
Not exactly an office many would wish to occupy.
Aye. Terrible weather, infinite hours, and the possibility of unleashing terrible mischief on the realms if they're careless.
Later, I would search this way.
An abandoned camp.
Whoever was here left long ago.
What did you find?
A list of provisions needed to prepare a meal.
A recipe? Who left that way out here?
Let's take a look at the ingredients. Perhaps the recipe will lead us to them. Looks like initials. Do they match the ones in that recipe book you found?
Ah, I knew I recognized those initials. The Ballad of Yari and Somar.
I'm not familiar.
An old tale, but a good one nonetheless. The carving marks their passage through this realm. We could always try and find the others if you're curious.
So, how worried should we be, Lemire, about the Hrasfelger situation?
Oh, it'll be trouble for all of us if the position is filled by someone unfit.
Enough. We will continue later.
Y'all still looking for the orb?
Thanks for grabbing that for us.
Ragnarok armor's on the house. We'll call it a commemorative piece.
Revisiting Älvheim?
We're not done there yet. The elves in Freyr's camp believe there's a hidden sanctum in the...
Enough talk.
Find that orb yet?
Wait a bloody moment. Is that...
Thor's hammer. And his daughter.
I'll make you proud, Dad.
Well, good for her.
So, how worried should we be, Mimir? About the Hrasfelder situation.
Oh, it'll be trouble for all of us if the position is filled by someone unfit. Or worse, if they aren't completely trustworthy.
But if she were to leave without a replacement?
Complete chaos, yes.
Well, I'm sorry I asked.
Freya, I've always wondered, why was Freya so revered here so quickly upon his first arrival?
Old. Prepare for a fight. A gravestone. No doubt a berserker awaits.
From under the cruel, dagger the cold, and bitter the flame.
Death to the enemies of Layra! Behind you, Kratos!
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass!
From behind! Incoming! Steady your guard!
Behind you! Look out!
Who's next? I need a challenge.
A gravestone. No doubt a berserker awaits.
From under the cruel, dagger the cold, and bitter the flame. Killer, you all right? cruel, battle the cold, and bitter the prideful.
Down to the enemy, the playroll!
Behind you, brother!
I'm tired of you!
Kratos! Are you okay?
Romans are the cruel, battle the cold, and bitter the prideful.
Down to the enemy, the playroll!
Behind you! Watch out!
I'm tired of
Behind you! Look out!
saying no!
Oh! I felt that one, brother!
Incoming! Right side!
From under the cruel, gather the gold and bitter and prideful.
Get over the enemies of labor!
Behind you, brother!
Behind you! Watch out!
Do not keep me waiting!
Careful!
Behind you! Look out!
I'm tired of you!
That frost in my neck, Doc!
That's a pretty nice axe. Think I'll take.
From under the cruel, gather the cold and bitter and prideful.
Get to the enemies of Lyra! Behind you, Kratos! Watch your
Behind you!
I'm tired of you!
Behind you! Incoming! Take it off, man! You've got this! Killer, you alright? Behind you! Incoming!
Behind you, look out! I'm tired of you!
Right side, brother! Get up, brother! From under the cruel, dagger of cold and bitter and frightful. Nasty hit! You will raise them! There's frost in my neck, son!
I'm tired of you!
Run!
under the cruel, the cold, and bitter prideful.
Death to the enemies of Layra! I'm tired of you!
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass! From under the cruel, dagger the cold, and bitter the prideful.
Death to the enemies of Layra! I'm tired of
Nasty hit! All right, brother!
I'm tired of you!
Look out!
Ah!
Dagger a cold and bitter a prideful. Behind You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass!
Look out! I'm tired of you!
From under the cruel, cold and bitter a prideful. Behind you, brother! You're on fire, Kratos. It will pass. Nasty hit. You all right, brother? I'm tired of you! cold and bitter and prideful.
Stand to the enemies of Lyra!
Nasty hit! All right, brother! All right? On your right!
Look out!
I'm saying
Come on, Kratos, get up! Telling your friends, suffer more.
Come under the cruel that of a cold and bitter and prideful.
that's for the enemies of Lyra!
Behind you, look out!
I'm tired of you!
Behind you, look out! On your right!
Behind you, watch out!
On your guard, Kratos!
This kingdom, Lara. You once lived there.
Before I shacked up with the Aesir, aye. Another of my spectacular failures.
In capturing these spirits, you seek redemption.
I just want to send these bloody monsters to hell where they belong. Wouldn't exactly call it redemption, but I know I'll feel better once it's over. Brother, in my travels, I heard of a great battle in your homeland. A place called the Gates of Fire.
The Hot Gates.
You were there?
No.
Is that regret in your voice?
I did regret not dying there for many years, but no longer.
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
I'm glad we can help these Einherjar on their way, even if they hate us for it.
They do not need to spend their afterlife serving a cruel god any longer.
Agreed.
Freya, you spoke of your brother's sword. How did Odin acquire it?
I'll answer this one. Odin, disguised himself as the most beautiful person Freyr had ever seen.
Separated Freyr from his sword.
Oh, with embarrassing speed.
I am glad Freyr ultimately retrieved it.
Me too. My little fool.
Freya, earlier you mentioned that Freyr was one of Älvheim's first visitors. Care to elaborate? I wasn't in these lands at the dawn of realm travel.
Well, we believed for a long time that all the giants had died in the flood.
But enough of that for now.
Berserker gravestone. Prepare for another fight. Yalti the Stolen.
Wrong will rise again!
The Alpha!
You
Can't do this without you, Kratos!
The artery that's stolen.
Rise again!
He's not really a king. Just called himself one because he killed the previous king.
Someone you knew.
Aldis. A kind man. A trusting man.
He trusted this usurper. This Rolf.
No. Aldis trusted me. And, fool that I am, I trusted Rolf.
So now you seek revenge. A dangerous path.
You're one to talk.
I am an authority on the subject. You would do well to listen.
I never asked how it felt to lose your head.
What would you have me say? That it tickled?
Merely curious.
If you wish to derive some satisfaction from my pain, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Kratos swung swift and true, didn't you, brother? I felt nary a scratch.
Shame.
Hey, hot stuff. Remember, I need that ore.
Good thing we didn't miss this.
Y'all feeling, crafty? Wanna talk for a spell?
You know, back in Jotunheim, I had half a mind to ask Angerboda what exactly her intentions were with the lad. One look at her, and any doubts I had melted away.
It's a question every parent must grapple with sooner or later.
I trusted her with my life. I trust her with my son.
You can't argue with that.
A light elf statue in the desert. Odd.
On top of ancient elven ruins? I'd have to agree. Ah, another of Kvasir's poems.
Attack the springs! Hurry before it recovers!
Give yourself an opening! Don't waste it!
Now! Attack the wound!
Nicely done! Keep on it!
Now! Attack the wound!
Close in! Attack!
Give yourself an opening! Don't waste it!
Now! Attack!
Oh, finish it off, lad!
Jewelry.
Oh? Put it on one of my horns. Let's see if I can pull it off.
No.
An elven library.
An archive of knowledge.
No sign of the Light Elves.
For now.
Maybe they've left for the day. We can browse at our leisure.
Look here.
What's that?
A diagram for a sword hilt.
Perhaps we should show it to one of the dwarves. They'll know what to do with it.
These texts alone are not enough to end the Elven War. But restricting their access only serves those who wish to prolong it.
Taking a page out of Odin's book.
Aye. Quite the advantage for the Light Elves.
This book is sealed, but there is an inscription. The consul.
Big Veer spoke of an exile of the same name. Odds are he'd like a gander at that particular text.
All this knowledge of their ancestors, their shared history, poetry, just sitting here. What a waste.
Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word.
Lata Frambog.
Sounds like she wants that journal back.
No.
Use a shield strike!
I felt that one, brother.
They're healing!
Yourself. Thought. Vita. How go broken on?
She thinks she's protecting them by hiding all this knowledge away.
The elves do not need protection from their history. They need access. A new chapter awaits.
I'm impressed. Thought you were going to end her.
When last we traveled here, after Faye passed, I killed an elf of great importance. The ramifications were dire for his people. I do not wish to make the same mistake twice.
Weapon at it!
Light elf architecture.
A token.
A badge of honor. The elves made a few of these. They'd hang them up outside their dwellings. Show their support for my brother. That's all my brother's tributes.
Prefer we hang on to them?
Do what you will. If Freya didn't bother taking them when he was fighting, he wouldn't mind us selling them to the dwarves.
Locked. It requires 2 keys.
What are they keeping back there?
That's the beauty of a locked door. It could be anything. Monsters, treasure. Knowing our luck, it'll be a bit of both. Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? I think you said a giant had appeared in Vanaheim.
That's right.
Rolled. We will finish later.
The monument to Freya. I wonder if he ever saw this.
have survived Freya's absence, but a truce clearly did not. Monuments are useless to those who ignore their message.
He didn't create a truce through diplomacy alone. His godhood, his very presence is what healed this land and allowed peace to take root. But once he left, he had to have known what would happen.
Well, he had good reason to leave. Some jackass convinced his sister to marry a madman.
These crystals contain their own life.
You're right. Normally we'd have to provide our own. Perhaps slotting a crystal on the opposite side could shed some light on this mystery.
You said monuments are useless. Why restore this one?
It was hidden for some time. Perhaps now it can serve as a reminder.
Aye. Nothing reminds people of their history like chiseled, well-lit marble.
Ring of crystal shards glow.
Looks like we can read the inscription now as well. In honor of the Enlightened One, may his gift of light shine eternal. Ah, gift of light.
Light from the crystals. It is in the sand now.
Would you look at that? Freyr's gift endures after all. Or should I say, his presence?
You are not funny.
Even when Freya was actually here, the peace was... Surely a bit of extra light in the desert isn't enough to make it last.
Before I met Faye, I could not imagine a life of peace. After her death, in our travels to Jotunheim, I found peace on my own. It remains my responsibility to make it last.
I only hope his guidance will last this time.
We will see. But he has given them a chance.
The massive door we found earlier.
That door required 2 keys.
Aye, so it did. Let's keep looking then.
Freya, the flower.
A dawn bloom.
can bring these two animals back to Vanaheim, or Midgard even. Becky and Svanna could use the company. We have kennels.
It would not go well for them. Once a predator becomes accustomed to a land, it is cruel to move them.
It is an ingredient from the recipe. How did they reach this realm?
Oh, they were well versed in realm travel. You see, Yari was raised a Midgardian what? Yeah. Meant to fight in the family's wars, find a wife, die for glory. But he rejected it. He left.
He followed his own path.
I wouldn't be surprised if we found their mark in other realms as well. Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? I think you said a giant had appeared in Vanaheim.
That's right. Her name was Gerd, and she came offering to teach us the secrets of traveling between realms using Bifrost light.
Let this wait. Stay alert.
Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? You mentioned a giant has come to Vanaheim to teach you the Bifrost.
Yes, Gerd. Freyr became immediately infatuated with her. He always yearned to wander, and along came someone who could truly show him how. So, wander they did, exploring the world tree from root to branch. But one day, it came time for Gerd to wander away. Freyr was heartbroken, and resolved himself to perform some great feat to win her back. He set his aim on the grandest of gestures. He intended to be the first to find the elusive source of Bifrost light. And he succeeded, although quite by accident. Freyr believed he navigated best while fortified by a potent blend of Vanir herbs. When he wandered, he wandered. And he managed to wander from the World Tree directly into the Lake of Souls.
Set that aside for now. Come.
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
Get ready!
back there?
Your guess is as good as mine. Imprisoning a drake. Can't decide whether to be impressed or horrified.
Either way, it is over now.
Come on, brother. Let's have it. You mentioned you had a favorite poem from your homeland. What was it about?
A cunning general. A war over forbidden love.
I believe I've heard of this one. Did it involve a horse that was not as it appeared?
Yes, but that is not what happened.
Oh, it's based on truth then. And you were there.
Yes, I prefer the poem.
Freya, that story before of your brother. He said he wandered from the World Tree to the Lake of Souls.
It's true. The elves have never seen anybody come out of the lake before, so it got some attention.
That is bloody hilarious.
I don't know whether he worked his charms at that point or they just assumed him to be a great deity. But of course, he hadn't made this journey in search of responsibility, so he didn't stick around long.
No more for now. Focus.
Freya, will you continue that story about your brother? He stumbled into Альвхейм, became a legend, and left?
Essentially so. Still, the legend of his manifestation was passed along through the ages. It even endured after the Great Division, remembered by light and dark elf alike. So when at last he returned, he was uniquely situated to gain the trust of both sides and help to create a truce. The problem was, both sides trusted only him. So the peace could only last as long as he stayed around to keep it. And with the long war dragging on without an end in sight, I suppose making any kind of peace was an irresistible notion for him, even if it meant having to rule.
Story, if you wish.
Am I preferable to silence at last? A rare day. I'm touched. But since you mention it, there has been one on my mind of late. It goes back to my earliest days, when I had little more to do than observe the mortals who passed through our forest. One summer, a local laird of renowned eccentricity chose to sequester himself with a small coterie of kinsmen and followers. The aim of their woodland retreat was to achieve enlightenment through study and discipline. They took oaths to brook no distractions until they became wise men.
Distractions?
Ah, women, drink, mostly women. As you can imagine, things deteriorated quickly. By autumn, tempers were frayed and wisdom remained in short supply. One day, I watched as the laird and his brother took their hunt. There they found, at the banks of a river, a lady as fair as any they'd left behind. She pleads for their assistance for fear the currents would carry her off if she tried to cross.
Enough talk for now. Be ready.
As I was saying about the laird and his brother, all summer they'd upheld their oath to avoid the touch of woman. Here before them stands a fair maiden in need of their help to cross the river. The laird doesn't miss a beat. He hoists her onto his shoulders, carries her across, sets her down, doffs his cap, and soars back across to his brother, who is dumbfounded. Can't even bring himself to speak. The day stretches on, the laird carries on hunting, and his brother quietly gnashes his teeth down to powder.
Another time. We must focus.
Something else I recall about that Greek player mentioned, if you won't take offence to the critique. As a work of performance, it consisted almost entirely of watching people give speeches and receive terrible news. Might have been nice to see more events dramatised instead of described.
It is Greek tradition for a story to unfold in a single time and place uninterrupted. It is more clear.
If you say so. I might finish my story from before. The laird had abruptly broken his oath by carrying the maiden across the river, and his brother spent the afternoon biting his tongue in confusion and simmering outrage. Finally, the damned brother, he cries, how could you do it after everything we've sacrificed? How could you break your vow like it was nothing, carrying that lass on your shoulders like you were a Shetland pony? The laird just smiles. Brother, I set that lass down across the river. 'Tis you that carries her still. Oh, I got a chuckle. A rare day. Brother, I've been meaning to ask. Your homeland. I'd heard the gods there wielded every flavour of power you could imagine. Lightning, fire, the whole lot.
As did I, for many years.
Oh, any chance you could recall some of that magic?
No, I have tried.
Magic is bound to the earth. When your homeland died, your powers probably went with it.
Well, probably for the best. Let the past stay in the past and all that.
You know, Freyr loved to breed Gulan pups in Vanaheim. I wonder if these two are the descendants of the Gulan he brought here long ago.
That explains how they got to the desert. Another gift for the Dark Elves.
Light elf graves. An entire mausoleum.
They killed their own to protect their secrets.
That's harsh.
Yes. But with this secret exposed, perhaps old wounds can begin to heal.
wonder, how'd these two pups end up yoked to the sleigh?
Ever try flying in a sandstorm? I imagine Freyr showed the Dark Elves that Gulon could be trained to pull a plow. They must have found new uses for them once the sandstorm arrived. I imagine they're now bred to aid in traveling the surface.
Just curious, brother. Why don't you like riddles?
They are frivolous.
They encourage lateral thinking. Listen, there are 3 doors before you. One contains a pit of spikes, one a dragon, and one a pair of lions that haven't been fed in weeks. Which door do you open?
The first. The pit of spikes is easily avoided.
Ah, you should pick the third, because lions that haven't been fed in weeks would be dead! Eh?
I like this riddle.
Do you regret it, Mimir?
Most likely. What are we talking about in particular?
Giving up your body?
I regret exchanging my life
Not
for
now.
my...
Y'all still looking for the orb? You'll be cutting them down like wheat. Ragnarok armor's on the house. We'll call it a commemorative piece.
Can this lock be opened without damaging the book? The elves in Freya's camp wish to read it.
Now, why would anyone go and lock a book? Seems silly as me. I'm sure I can crack it open for you and get it over to Biggs and Bay. Right. Business time.